Yeah, it was good, man. It was good to get the gear round and stuff, preparing for British this Sunday.
Yeah, obviously you've got got a few more days now till you're competing, but you've obviously got a while away yet.
Yeah, I'm going to do Empire, that's like 4 weeks away, just to stay busy. And then I've got 20th of August for my next fight.
Do you often compete in the Empires?
I used to do, and then I stopped doing it for a little bit, like the grappling side. I was just like, obviously that with COVID and that, there were not going on anyway, so that put a stop to it. And then since then I've just totally like not been doing it. But like with Ben and that, he was telling everyone get on it, stay busy with stuff, so started doing them again now. Yeah, looking forward to getting back on mats, competing grappling.
Yeah. Do you believe that, like yourself, trying to stay as active as possible in competition?
Yeah, definitely for like experience and stuff, definitely staying active and just gaining the experience.
Yeah, try and sign up to as many as you can do. Like,
yeah, definitely stay busy. It's good, isn't it?
Like.
Especially with the team and stuff. Good for Callum to stay busy.
I think like for like me and Ben having gym as well, and like we've got guys now competing out of here, and like it's good to set an example as well. They know like we're proving what we're teaching. Do you know what I mean, on the mats? So it sets a good example to who's coming into the gym as well. You see a lot of these coaches that just don't even train. Do you know what I mean? We're in the gym every day.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot like around here.
Do you encourage competition with a lot of the lads at the gym then, or is it just sort of if you want to compete, compete. If you don't, you don't?
Yeah, definitely encourage it, but if you're not interested, you don't have to. But definitely we both like encourage it and stuff. Definitely once or twice, and then you don't have to do it again if you don't really enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the experience you'll gain for competing will be like massive.
I feel like I get better after every time I compete. I learn a lot more about myself. Like I think it's definitely worth doing, isn't it? Like, but yeah.
Because you'll naturally like filter the techniques that don't really work for you. You know, you'll kind of find it out in competition and stuff like that.
Because everyone's going 100%.
Yeah, exactly. You can't really like replicate. You can go 100% in the gym, but it's not exactly the same in competition. MMA, jiu-jitsu, it's like the next step up.
Yeah. Do you think that's the same for MMA? Callum?
Yeah, definitely. It's like it's a totally different like thing. Just there's a bigger crowd in there. Even like when you're grappling and that, it's busy now, isn't it? It's like these grappling shows and stuff like, and they're doing like these super fights, so it's pretty much the same, but you're just grappling. I think like, obviously in the gym and that, when you're sparring, you can go heavy and stuff like that, but you don't want to knock each other out. Do you know what I mean? Whereas in a fight, if you get clipped with a shot, there's someone coming in to like finish you off. Do you know what I mean? Obviously in the gym, no one should be sparring like that. So it's like closest to fingers a real fight, innit? Do you know, like don't get any more realistic.
Yeah. You mentioned like big crowds and stuff. Have either of you ever suffered from like nerves in competition before?
Oh yeah, massively. As I say, when you're coaching more as well, I still get nervous now because it's kind of like the expectation of you're coaching people and you need to perform to like a good standard. But I think the pressure is only in like kind of your head anyway. It's only what you put on yourself. No one's really bothered like your friends, your family, if you win or lose really.
So when you started coaching, that added to the pressure?
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you invest so much, you know, even like in your own training, in your coaching, you invest a lot, so you want to perform to that kind of standard, don't you?
Yeah. Because you feel like the lads from the gym are going to be watching you and expecting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you need to. It's good to set like a good example and show like what you're teaching actually works as well.
Yeah. Taking it back quite a bit. How long? Obviously, you've competed in MMA as well.
Yeah.
How did you both begin in combat sports?
Well, him and Kev started going up to like judo and that with it was years ago. I don't know how many years. It's over 10 years ago. Like they started doing it, and then Kev had his first fight. You were fighting. You was like went to Mullen because I started training there, and then me and Tom then joined together. Like we seen Kev and Ben have the first fights, and then we just wanted to do it. So like we've all like stuck together throughout the gyms we've been to. So like we've all like moved to different gyms and we've all like opened our own thing and like got it all up and running. But it's been a long. We've got over 10 years experience in the game, like with grappling and MMA.
So sort of through your brother for you then, that you sort of.
Yeah, so like Kevin and Ben started going to Planet Fitness. They were doing the jiu-jitsu. They were training there, and then me and Tom wanted to like once they started fighting, me and Tom wanted to get involved, and like we've seen them fight, and we looked like we were just training jiu-jitsu, so we wanted to start the MMA, and that's how me and Tom started off doing it.
Yeah.
But with Kevin and Ben being a bit older, they were like first ones going in and like trying stuff out. Like.
So even before that, then, how did you start in jiu-jitsu?
Through these two, going to like to the what were the gym?
I think like our parents and that, and especially that young, it was like I don't know how young we were, but we started at like Planet Fitness, and then there was an MMA class after that. That's how we kind of got into it. So I must have started about 13, I think. Doing judo, jiu-jitsu, and then there were just MMA classes afterwards. We thought we'd just jump in and try it out, and then that's how it kind of, the ball got rolling from there, kind of thing.
Yeah. Was it through MMA you heard of jiu-jitsu in the first place?
No, we all started doing jiu-jitsu
yeah,
first,
judo and judo and jiu-jitsu. Back in the day, we just kind of went to like different clubs and.
I think for a lot of people today, it's they watch the UFC and then they obviously learn about MMA, and then they find out about jiu-jitsu and judo.
Yeah.
I feel like do you think that's sort of changed from?
Yeah, it's definitely changed. Like people like McGregor in sport, he's brought it massive advantage. You know, like I don't think it was nowhere near as big like a good few years ago than what it is now.
Yeah. What about you, Ben?
No, well, I first found about it when I was young. It was pretty much like the parents taking us and that. Not really like no social media, not much back then. About 13 years, none of this exactly. Like about 11, 13. So really young, and then it was just like MMA classes after that, and that. So we just pretty much got going from there.
Yeah. What? When you first started coming from grappling, what was the experience like? Getting punched in the face?
Back in the day, like old school MMA, very rough, very hard, a lot of beatings. It's a lot more chilled now. Like some gyms, but like especially me, Callum.
What year was this? Sorry, back in.
Oof. What years of this?
Yeah, like when we first started, I think I was like 14, and I was going like in with the adults classes. Yeah, like we were like good, we were like decent level, you know, for kids and that. So we always got to go in with adults, but like you got like handed to you, do you know what I mean? No matter how old you were, you got like if you were part of fight team there, you got like full on. Do you know what I mean?
Not holding back in it. You're there like old school mentality. You know what I mean? You're getting you're taking the beats. So
yeah,
that's kind of.
Was that? What, like sparring every session?
No, so like Monday, Wednesday we had a fight team session, and that was like heavy sparring. Do you know what I mean? So you did like 3 hours training before the fight team. Yeah. I think it was fight team like 8 o'clock when it training started at like 5, 8 till 9 full hour sparring.
Yeah.
And it was just like there were good guys then, like from around this area, Bradford, that were doing well and doing like they were already on like a good professional level before we like started getting into it.
Yeah. Coming from that to obviously Leao today, how did this journey begin?
Pretty much it was like just because Tom was doing some work here, Callum's brother, like doing some joinery bits, and then through lockdown we wanted to open a gym, and then Tom just got in, told Callum that there's a place to rent, so if we come to check it out. We weren't really planned on it, it was just kind of
just
Tom said sort of come check it out. We thought it's a good space, and then me, Callum and Michael, we just thought we'll go for it. And then like that was pretty much coming out of lockdown, so it was pretty much the good timing to do it.
During our lockdown though, we were training proper hard, weren't we? Like literally we bought a couple of like these jigsaw mats. We were sticking them in parks and just like us lot constantly training. AstroTurf, yeah.
All the black bits, fucking hell, getting
sparring and AstroTurf and stuff like that, like doing full MMA rounds. We were all staying proper busy, weren't we, training?
You 1 hour of exercise a day.
Yeah, exactly. 1 hour of
exercise. We were proper going for it. Like Michael had a lot of his equipment already, so he ended up moving all that into his garage so we could stay fit. You know, like we were thinking we were all going to still be able to compete, and COVID wasn't going to last that long. It went on forever, didn't it?
Yeah.
Then
very long time.
With us already having the stuff, we were training at other gyms. Police kept raiding other gyms, so we were like, let's just get our own place and we'll carry on our own training. Because we're all classed as professional athletes, so we could all like train, you know, under the guidelines. But it was right at the end of COVID when we opened this anyway, wasn't it?
Before COVID, where were you training at beforehand?
Before? I was training at Gracie Barra.
I think we might be in AVT.
They're pretty much like all over and stuff, AVT, Gracie Barra.
We've just kind of floated around since we left like Fulham Kazan, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're all just like trying to find like the right stuff for us and stuff.
Yeah. Since then, what's the experience been like building your own gym up?
Yeah, it's good because I think like we've all started the journey all together, and like we're all in here now. So like from pretty much everyone that there's been lads that we trained with at Fulham Kazan literally like 7 years ago or something,
and still
like they're coming back into the sport now. Like they left there and now they're back in here training every single night.
Why is that? Because of you guys?
I honestly do think it is because of us. Yeah, I think like we've just bumped into each other again and they've come down and like
the team
like Tony has done for
a
good example. He fought like years ago and like I don't feel like he ever had the right path, you know, like in front of him. I don't think he had the right people around him. And then I think Tony said this himself, do you know what I mean? And then like he's come here now, he's competing, the level of him now from when he started to now there's a big difference, and he's done it for a good couple of years. Do you know what I mean? So we've got like people coming in here that are decent level already. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And pretty much like the gym's only been open like just a little bit more than a year, and it's like crazy how good we've built it together over that short period of time. Like some Mondays, like 50 people on the mat. You know what I mean, for like the no-gi sessions and stuff.
What's the biggest thing you'd noticed, do you think, if you looked at back then at the start to now, if you're comparing the two?
Not too sure. What do you like in what way do you mean? Like
Just if you could, like a training session back then, if you were to walk in on one compared to walking in on one now, what do you think?
It's pretty much stayed consistent. Like the main thing is we all have a laugh, but we also train hard. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of them two things together, like maybe what it is today, I guess.
Yeah.
You all have a laugh. You come to train. You know what I mean? But the main thing is you train hard, kind of thing as well.
It's one of them gyms though as well. Like it's.
You have a laugh and you score fucking balls to the wall, and that's what I mean.
It caters for everyone in here, but you've kind of got to be a mad cunt as well. Like you aren't you? Like
no, exactly, yeah, 100%, yeah.
Like none of that like stuff. Everything's realistic. Do you know what I mean? It's all gonna work. Do you know, like you can't come in here like and not like getting punched in the face. You're gonna get hit in the face. You're gonna get subbed. You're gonna get taken down. Do you know what I mean? It's all like. It's just right, innit? That's the way it should be. I don't think like all this.
Like an old school mentality,
yeah.
kind of. Old school gym, I'd say.
Similar to what you were saying you were coming from about being a bit.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe not that extreme where like you still need to like train smart and stuff like that, or a bit, yeah.
It's a lot. I feel like we've evolved it. Do you know what I mean? We've evolved it in Bradford. Like we've got the right stuff going. Do you know? Like I don't think there's another gym in Bradford that's doing what we're doing.
No. But coaching yourself, Ben, what's your sort of style? How do you like to take classes?
My style. I'd say even for like all the classes, still keeping it like a lot of coaches seem to teach like a lot of techniques in one class. Like you know what I mean, like 10 different techniques. Even for me, when I go to a class and they teach like 10 different techniques, my head goes fucking fried. So just keeping it nice and simple. Do you know what I mean? Maybe like 3-4 techniques max, and just keep getting the reps in. Do you know what I mean? Just nice basic techniques always seem to work, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm saying myself. I like the one about learning one concept.
Yeah, exactly.
Class, and much more than that, I just sort of just goes out.
Yeah, exactly. When people teach like 10 techniques, your mind just goes fucking all over, doesn't it?
Yeah. Find some similar taking.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think you end up forgetting it if you don't like. If you're not. If
there's only so much you can absorb in it, and your brain can actually seem to work and keep.
Yeah.
You want to take one or two things and then try using that in the rounds and stuff. And
with jiu-jitsu, I mean, you don't need to overcomplicate it, do you? Just get a few techniques and just try and get them as best you can and develop them.
Yeah. I remember you saying during the rounds earlier that how good it is for like high level athletes around here for like combat sport. Do you think that's true in like different gyms around here in Bradford and Leeds area? Yeah,
definitely. Like it's for like grappling and MMA for Bradford is like the talent is absolutely crazy. I'd say what you're saying.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
The level's very good.
Yeah. So you have to have like open mats like. So Owen was here from Carlson Grace.
Yeah, and it's good because we've brought like loads of teams together. You know what I mean? We're not like single-minded. You just like stay to yourself. We've got like Owen coming over. We've got Fred from the Scramble Leeds. Owen obviously from Hull. We've got Pete from Ripon. We'd like just bring everyone together, man, and just flow ideas through each other and just get the training in. You know what I mean? There's no point being secluded in your own head in your own kind of training.
Yeah.
We also obviously go out. We all travel to their gyms as well. Do you know? Like Ben goes, he mix it up. Like, we might come here Tuesday, and then he goes to his on Friday and that. So he's coming and getting rounds in with our guys, and then he's going and getting rounds in with their guys as well. So both gyms are benefiting massively from it, aren't they?
Yeah.
But it's like with like the MMA side, there's like me, Tom, Jamal, doing all of us are pro fighting. Well, we fight out of here as well. We do our training here, but we also train like down at Aspire and then travel up to Scotland. So we'll go to Liverpool and Scotland as well as like training here as well, and you know like the teams that are more local to us here.
Yeah.
So it's good to mix it up as well. You're getting loads of different coaching styles, and you can just bring it back into here. Call practice off it ourselves, can't we?
Yeah.
100%.
From a coaching perspective, then, what sort of stuff do you like to focus on with the lads? Like the day one guys, what sort of concepts do you like to teach?
Day one. Just like I said before, just like the understanding how to isolate positions. Once you like develop the control of positions, then you can start attacking and building upon that. But I'd say just nice, easy concepts of control, pinning, isolating, and all that kind of stuff. I'd say.
Yeah. Movement
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Similar for yourself, Callum. If you were to start training MMA again today, is there anything you'd do different in how you train?
I think, do you know, like when I started, stuff's changed a lot. I can't even like really explain it, but like it's like a totally different sport now, isn't it? There's
so many people come and go, and you know what I mean. And
I think like it's just like totally evolved. If you look at, I don't know, but this is my opinion. If you look at the fighters like back in there, like, do you know, like the first UFCs, I don't rate any of them. Like I don't feel any of them stand out. I think like it's all just like a sluggish fight and like brawling. Whereas now I think it's got its own art. Like you're taking arts out of boxing, like the technique there, you're taking it out of the jiu-jitsu, out of the judo, out of the wrestling. I feel like you can't be, what I'm saying is you can't be good in one area. I think like back in there, I don't even watch that much UFC, but back in there it's to do with like, it'd just be like a striker against a grappler. You can't do that now. You've got to be all-rounded. You've got to be all-rounded. You've got to be open-minded with all this, and I think this is what's good about like the gym being open-minded as well, having different guys coming in as well. Do you know, you've got everybody learning from each other then. Yeah.
MMA's become like very much its own sport. It's not just a bit of wrestling, a bit of boxing.
No, that's it.
You've got to piece it all together, haven't you? Definitely.
Yeah. For you, Ben, do you think we'll see you in any more matches?
MMA or jiu-jitsu? MMA now, retired, man.
Yeah.
I was trying to,
is that over, is it?
Yeah, retired now. I was trying to try and do as best I can in grappling now. Get some more matches on Polaris, and you know what I mean. Hopefully the next trials, I need to find out when they are. Maybe 2 years away or a year away, but just keep grinding on that kind of path.
Yeah. Why did you leave the MMA path?
MMA. Well, I've always enjoyed like jiu-jitsu more, and just enjoyed like the training process, the competing process of all that, and just stuck with that more.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
I don't feel like you nowhere near put as much time into MMA as like your grappling, did you?
No, definitely not.
I think that's what played like part in his game. Do you know what I mean? Because my honest opinion, what did you fight at 70? There's no one in the 70 kilo like thing now that would beat him if he were training properly. Do you know what I mean?
You're all half-assed, and I thought, what the fuck's the point of half-assed all the time?
And obviously, as him as a coach, he's not setting a good example, is it, to like students?
You're not doing yourself justice if you're not 100% committed.
They're kind of last-minute fights, weren't they?
It is what it is, and it's just fucking dumb mistakes all the time and just not committing to that. But jiu-jitsu, 100% like focused, and the training's going the best it's ever gone.
You're focusing more on the. When training MMA, you were focusing more on the grappling.
Than you were. Just like over that period of competing MMA, just like the training, not any aspect of it, not even taking it like serious. So it's like fucking on and off here and there. I mean, MMA there's a lot to it. You know what I mean? Even like physical and mental, there's a big commitment to accepting a fight and then being dedicated. You know what I mean, for that 12-week period or even after that. You know what I mean? To get into that kind of.
Especially it shows you were fighting on as well, wasn't it? Like you could see the difference when he fought that Danny Cassell on Bama, his first fight. Like he trained hard for that. He walked straight through him, and then it's like you've got to live it, haven't you? You know, there's so much to do. Like with jits, it's just grappling, isn't it? With MMA, you've got your striking, you've got your grappling, you've got your wrestling, you've got K1, everything to practice.
Would you say that about yourself then, that you're 100%?
Yeah, it's hard. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know what the perfect balance is for it. I think
the
like
mental commitment's very like.
You've got your S&C.
Thing that underestimate people. You know what I mean?
You've got to get your S&C in with your striking, with your grappling. You've got your conditioning. You've got to get your rest as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not an easy sport to do. Your recovery as well. Do you know, like to squash everything in, especially the expense of it as well.
Yeah. It's a big commitment, man. It's like
it's not easy.
It's all or nothing. I'd say. You're not. What's the point of just taking it half-assed? You need goals. You need where you want to be, what you want to do. You know what I mean? It's kind of that kind of focus.
How do you normally split your week?
Jiu-jitsu every day. Come on, like, jiu-jitsu every day. Yes.
Jiu-jitsu and that for me, it's like I've got to get that right balance of like me, Tom, and Jamal keep up with the striking. Do you know what I mean? But it's good. You need that structure with it. Do you know what I mean? Without structure, you can't do nothing. You need to have structure.
Definitely.
Once your structure's broke, like that's it.
In every sport,
and this is why our gym's grown, because of the structure. The classes have been set. There's classes on every night. Do you know what I mean? Like where that's why the gym's successful with it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas you've got to do that with MMA. You can't be you can't be missing sessions. You've got to do it right. Do you know what I mean?
And structuring it right,
yeah.
definitely. Innit?
I think like my last camp, I went up to Scotland for like 5 weeks and I was just living in the gym there, so that I knew what sessions were on. Do you know what I mean? I didn't have to worry about coaching or doing any PTs or all. I was just in the gym, do you know, for 5 weeks. So then whatever timetable put in front of me there were there for me to do. Do you know what I mean? That's like the easiest thing there. Whereas when I'm here, there's not that much. We're building the MMA team up here, and within the next year, we've already got guys competing. I reckon within the next year, it's going to be like a very good, well-known MMA gym. But I think at the minute for me now, I need to like, with my training, I have to travel as well. Do you know what I mean? I've got my grappling sorted here. I've got my striking sorted with my brothers and that. But to put it all together, that's why I travel to like higher level or Liverpool.
Yeah, you need someone to piece it all together.
It's hard to be on like, do you know, travelling around as well. It takes up a lot of time as well.
Do you tell the lads at the gym that they say, "Oh, I want to compete," but only say come to like maybe 1 or 2 sessions a week? Like
I'd say definitely minimum of 2. 1 is probably minimum of 2. Definitely, if you want to compete, at least for an X amount of time, commit to 2 for at least like whatever 10 weeks leading up to the comp. I'd say definitely 1's probably definitely not enough. Because even like the white belts are still taking it serious. Even, do you know what I mean? At these like. And these local comps as well, especially even blues and purples are taking it even more serious. So you still need to give yourself enough time, you know what I mean, to perform to a good standard.
Yeah.
I'd say.
You mentioned them other gyms that you travel to. What do you like about them?
When I first started, I was only young. We went over to, I can't even remember the name of the show. Me and you competed, didn't we? It was LVT, wasn't it? LVT.
Who this?
This was
Halifax.
No,
nightclub, pub or something.
It were over in Liverpool. The gym was called LVT, and now it was Phil Turner, but it was Aspired. Now they're Aspired.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. For that gi.
Yeah, we did the gi. And then me and him ended up fighting. Absolute. Yeah.
What a free gi.
That's what happened. Yeah. So I've gone there, and then we met Phil through that. Phil's the guy that coaches us in Aspire, and we just met him, and then he was like, come down. And then for one of my fights, I was working full time. I took a week off to go do it like the week there, stayed in gym and that, and they were just like, I like the structures, you know what I mean? So every now and again I was travelling down, but then I thought that's a gym like for me, you know, like I learned a lot from Phil. I like the methods that they do, and put a lot of time into it as well.
Yeah. You obviously just joked about like pubs and nightclubs, but like one of the things I like about for the grappling matches recently, I think like Grapple Fest in the Fusion, I think it is a nightclub. It's more like an event. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's mad how that kind of come together, though, isn't it? It's like the grapplers he's got on there are crazy. Like obviously like world class grapplers in the middle of Liverpool in a nightclub. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? It's pretty mad.
But I like that it's become
like more mainstream.
A show, if you know what I mean. There's people that have drinks and stuff.
Yeah, I think grappling is definitely growing, isn't it? Like the way is it? I don't even know. Is it something to do with ASW in it? But he's definitely doing that, isn't it? It's obviously costing him some money as well, isn't it? Do you know, like getting these guys flying off.
The level it's fucking mad, isn't it?
Yeah. You mentioned obviously competing in Empire, coming up for your upcoming title fight on AFC. Is grappling a big focus for this match, or is it just general sort of preparation?
Like my last fight, I caught the kick and the guy just fell down, so I ended up getting on top of him and finishing him. Like I believe in all my game. My jits is good. I've trained for years all around. Do you know what I mean? I'm comfortable wherever. I'll punch in his head in for 2 rounds as well. I took my time, controlled it, listened to my coaches and that. It's just for me getting better each time. Like he was meant to be a dangerous striker. Do you know what I mean? I felt comfortable in there with him on feet. I didn't take him down. Do you know what I mean? He just like I caught his kick and he went down. It was just there. Just took it straight away. Yeah. And then even on floor, like I was just taking my time. You know, like picking my shots and stuff. And then I just made him tired. Made him give up and give me his neck. But yeah, like same with this Azzy. I think he's 15 fights as a pro. I'm only 5 fights in already. He's fought on some big shows and that. That's guys I want to be fighting. You know, these high level guys. Daily I train with better guys than him. I know for a fact to do. I know that I ain't getting better grappling rounds than what I am here. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's other grapplers out there like. I know Azzy can't grapple like as good as like Ben. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting beat up every day by him. I'm preparing for this guy. Do you know what I mean? Going in there to finish him however I can.
Yeah. Having an unbeaten record, does that put any pressure on yourself, do you think?
Nah, I don't care. what's that saying? Someone said it years ago. Like records are for DJs. And I don't care. That's it. It's just one of them, innit? I'm going in there to win. I'm not going to lose. Do you know what I mean? That's it. If I lose, it's a lesson for me. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna make a statement. Like that time I fought Con Hitchens, I fought him as an amateur. That comes down as a loss on my record. Me personally, I won 4 rounds out of that fight. Since then, I ain't lost. Do you know what I mean? And every single fight since then has been finished. So like that went decision. I had a couple of decisions through my amateur. Since that happened with Conor, where I felt comfortable that I won that fight, I've never been beat since, and it's never gone to a decision. I don't plan on going there again. You see, that was my lesson, letting that go to the judges. Do you know what I mean? Shouldn't have let it. So yeah, so just finish everyone now. That's the plan.
Smash everybody.
Smash. Obviously, after this, you've won the AFC featherweight title. How do you see your career playing out after that? What are your aspirations?
I like it. I like Almighty Me. I like the way Ray runs the show. I like Ray as a person as well, the way he treats the fighters. He looks after the fighters. He's wanting fighters to make money as well. Do you know what I mean? Like he wants to help you, like with the ticket sales. He wants to like pay wages as well. So you need the money as well, because you put a lot of money into your training as well. That's another thing. Like even getting the sponsor, it's hard work. Do you know? But like the sponsorships help out. So I got offered KSW. That's over in Poland, but I've just had a baby, so I thought like it'd be better to get another fight locally, and they wanted to make a fight pretty quick. I ain't got management as well, so I just go like through my coaches still. So probably like this, after this fight here, I think there's no one else like really on the local scenes to fight, but just see what happens, see what gets offered, and just go with whatever. Some good, like, as long as I'm training every day with like good people and like learning, going to these different gyms, getting good rounds, I'm not bothered. Just gonna progress.
What promotions appeal to you?
What's that?
What promotions appeal to you?
UFC.
Come on.
Like that with Cage Warriors, some good guys on there. There's, I don't even really know, to be honest, but like my mate Shoaib, I train with him a lot, I spar with him a lot. I think he's just signed with them, and he's just knocked some lads out. Do you know what I mean? So like, I think like Shoaib will do well on there. Do you know, like I train with him, I spar with him well. Like, do you know, like all the time, up and coming into camps. So he's just shown the level, do you know what I mean, that he wasn't even signed on there, and he's just gone in there and knocked someone clean out, do you know, like thing. I think there's guys that aren't signed that could easily walk through that division. Not even that division, loads of divisions. Like Kevin, middleweight, it's small call of them.
Yeah.
And that's it, yeah.
What about for yourself, Ben? Obviously, British Open coming up. How you been preparing for that?
Yeah, it's going well, man. I mainly do obviously no-gi nowadays, but throwing the gi on is good. Like locally, it's pretty hard to get the gi rounds in because everyone's like massive the no-gi heavy now, aren't they? Because the MMA influence. But I don't mind it, you know what I mean? Compete gi, no-gi, I'm not bothered. I just do everything. Enjoy them both. Equally, probably the same.
Yeah, I was going to ask why you wanted to do gi.
Why? Because I enjoy them both. I mean, just how I probably like how it's folded out is just because a lot more people and my training partners only do no-gi. That's why I'm probably competing more no-gi. But either or, I'll do them both, no problem.
Yeah, staying active is just like another competition to
get just staying active, getting more mat time, because I want to like compete against obviously more high level grapplers. So I just want to get more mat time in. Hopefully get some better matches towards the end of the year. You know what I mean, on some of these super fight shows. Hopefully we're on Grapple Fest if it lets me on.
Yeah. Obviously Polaris.
Polaris, yeah. Hopefully the next card looks sick. Obviously headlining is Damien Meyer. That'd been a good one to get on. But hopefully towards the end of the year, I'll get back on there and get a good match. More exciting match. I think to put on like a good performance, it takes like 2 to be like active. You know what I mean? Not like someone stalling or some bullshit.
What was that like?
You need 2 people like going for it, to put on a good show. I think that's the thing.
What was that like, your debut on Polaris?
Yeah, good man. It was good fun. It was a good weekend, going down with my teammates and that Kev and a few others and Dan and stuff like that. It was a good weekend of competing.
Yeah.
And having a lot.
Obviously, after British Open this weekend, is there anywhere after that? You mentioned Grapple Fest. You'd like to get yourself.
Yeah, Grapple Fest. Obviously, get back on Polaris at the end of the year. Obviously, I might have another 2 lined up. I just need to wait on the confirmation of them. A few team events, I think, as well. I'll try to get matched on. Like with Jackie just come down, I think me and him are on the same team. Just waiting for another person to see who's up for that as well.
Yeah. Can I get a prediction for Callum for your upcoming fight?
Just get the win. Yeah, I don't really.
Big up the prediction.
Yeah, just go in there to get the win however I can.
Win by TP.
What's DP?
No harm triangle.
And what about for yourself, Ben,
For British?
British Open this weekend?
Fucking subbing it, fuck the point. I want the sub. I'm always hungry for the submissions.
Yeah, big win.
I'm going to do absolute as well. I mean, to get, like I said, to get as much mat time as possible.
Hmm.
Do my category and then do absolute in the gi.
Yeah.
Subs all the way.
Look forward to it. Cheers,
Yeah.
fellas.
Nice one.
Awesome.